Next, we will have remarks from Mayor Michael Wiles.
Thank you, Charles. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, actually. I think Officer Coleman coined it well. We have not yet met one person that didn't love Olga. Can you imagine? Father Ashley, thank you for joining us today, for giving the Lord's blessing on this green. To Frank Luciana, the young man of 98 years, your words, your voice resonates. You keep threatening to leave, but thank God, you keep staying. Thank you, sir. Your theory in life resonates well in this great city of diversity. Olga loved everybody. If they prayed on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, she didn't see color, she saw people. Timothy Terrell, thank you for joining us. Detective Captain of our Detective Bureau, for your service to our city. Mark Foreman, a former councilman who called religiously, I should say, each year to make sure that ground would be broken on this important project. We have several mayors here. Sandy Greenberg, the Venerable Sandy Greenberg, thank you for joining us. Judge Sandra Robinson, and Post 58, of course, led by William Patterson, and Post 58 Auxiliary. We have President Joan Dickens, President Wanda Jeffries, two past county presidents, Dorothy Frazier and Andrea Akridge. Akridge is a resounding name in this beautiful city. I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of Vincent Vicari from the Small Business Development Center, and of course to Olga's dear twin sister, Mary Rose, and her husband, Robert Vicari. Thank you, and to all the beautiful family that you brought with and came with today, all the generations that follow. Catherine Melendez, no doubt you've hit gold when you put this together, and you're honoring somebody, and you do it with the same grace that she led our city. To those that help with the special needs in our city, Scott Radine, a former councilman, and Chris Gagliardi and his dear mom. To everything immigration in the county, Wilson Burnell, thank you for coming back to visit us today. And to our former mayor and member of Congress, Steve Rothman, as well. Charlotte Schoen, a former councilwoman, and of course, the Venerable Mayor Don Aronson. 3 terms. Thank you, Donald, for joining us with your lovely wife. I could say state senator-elect, but we have a little experience that we have to go through in November, but to Gordon Johnson, our assemblyman, and who stands behind him always lifting all of us up, Ms. Teresa Thomas from the Municipal Committee in Englewood and a member of our Board of Adjustment. To Ron Rollison, believe it or not, Ron, you play a big role now that Olga's not with us on commemoration, on the vehicles, and all the things that you do on Memorial Day. And of course, on behalf of all the city council members, Ken Rosenzweig from the 1st Ward, Dr. Rosenzweig, Michael Cohen from the 2nd, Ms. Marin and her husband David, who serves just about everything important in Englewood, and Wayne Hamer, and of course Mr. Cobb as well. To our finest, our bravest, our public works and our volunteer ambulance service, for being here and for being consistently dependable. And of course, I stand now in the presence of Olga's buntings. These are coveted treasures of our city now that are under Catherine's guard so that nobody touches these things. It's because of Olga that we have a Veterans Day celebration in this city, only because of Olga. So again, thank you for joining us at Triangle Park, just a few blocks where one of our dearest friends and citizens lived and sadly passed. She was a staple in our community, a shining example of not just pride and patriotism of an immigrant family pursuing the American dream, as her father and family had come from Italy, embracing his new homeland, the United States of America. I remember Olga telling me when her father came here, the first thing he needed to do was to learn English, and the second thing was to get into the military to actually thank the nation that gave him a homeland. This was a home. America was a home and new opportunities. He would go on to serve World War I. We have a World War I monument being crafted now in the city of Englewood that's going to be bronzed in London and then will sit half a block from the White House. Olga, I should say, memorialized her father every time she and Eleanor Harvey before her stood and led our Memorial Day and our Veterans Day events. Simply put, there are no two citizens like that in our city. We have to count on young men like Mr. Luciano and others to step forward But right now, I think we're being graced with the honor of 1,000 years of a monument that will be crafted and cut in bronze that will be memorialized in front of the People's House in Washington. I want to thank Olga for the lessons learned for each of these conflicts, each of these battles, and also for having braved one herself. For 25 years, she served in our police department as well. I also love to welcome Judge Robinson. Judge, thank you for joining us as well. When you have a snapshot in your mind of Englewood's best organizations, you think of Olga, you think of the Bergen Family Center, the Rotary. There wasn't anything that she wasn't participating in that heralded other people. Beyond even that, it was the Commemorative Association, the Historical Society, our parade and holiday years. She took personal responsibility to make sure, and much to my own chagrin, she would pull on my jacket because I missed one person. You missed one person. I missed about 30 here, and I'm not going to get handshakes from those 30 people, but Olga didn't miss a person. She continuously built towards enlightening the notion of equity and compassionate society for all residents of this great city. Olga never forgot that her family came from immigrants and that were granted these cherished benefits and blessings from not just our city. She graduated Dwight Morrow High School in 1946, and she actually tried to attend every graduation every year to celebrate and support each new class, knowing that each one of those one day would be a mayor, a governor, even a president, or a leader in their station in life. She was a very special person to me and my wife, Amy, over the years. I honored her a few weeks before she passed by making her the Grand Marshal and issuing May 25th as Olga Mosciaro Day. I'd like to continue that tradition in addition to what we memorialized with her today. We weren't able to celebrate that last one because of the pandemic, but she was decked out in red, white, and blue, and you knew the uniform. I don't even have to describe it to you. Nonetheless, it was a special time, and she knew we loved her, and we knew that she loved us. I'm equally grateful to play a role in once again commemorating somebody who memorialized the fallen. I think, Frank, you coined it well. As we dedicate this memory and this park, it serves and it should serve as an inspiration for the next generations to come. We had Tuskegee Airmen that fought in this city at a time when the nation didn't give them the dignity to wash and drink water in the same latrine, bathroom, or water fountain. We have Holocaust survivors that sat in the back of my synagogue with numbers enshrined on their arms. That generation is stepping forward. It was Olga, Eleanor, and other leaders like yourself, Frank, and I'm going to say it to you while you're here, thank you, who made sure that we carried the message and that we didn't see color and that we honored those that were different from us. In that way, I thank Olga for what she did. Now, is there an Olga amongst us? That is what she would want to make sure. May God bless you, and thank you, Charles.